Got a trivia question for you. What's the connection between the Lewis and Clark expedition of 1804 and a very nice movie made in 1966 starring Cornel Wilde called The Naked Prey? The answer in a moment. All right, we're back. Well, a fellow named John Colter was a member of the Lewis and Clark expedition, and his main function was to kill stuff, provide meat for the expedition. He was a very good hunter, trapper, woodsman, and a little bit of an insubordinate guy at times, which I think is probably necessary in modern society. But anyway, when he finished with the Lewis and Clark expedition, he was just hanging around in the Jefferson Forks area of Wyoming. Just as an aside, the other claim to fame of John Colter is he's the first white man to actually set eyes on what is now known as Yellowstone National Park. So about 1808, he and his friend John Potts went to get some furs, and they amassed nearly a ton of fur. And they were ambushed by Blackfoot Indians, who promptly appropriated their furs and killed John Potts on the spot. They then gave John Colter 30 seconds to run for his life, but before that, they stripped him naked. He had no clothes, no shoes. So run for his life he did. It's amazing what adrenaline can do for a man. He ran twice as fast as he normally thought he would, but after 30 seconds or so, the chief of the Blackfoot sent some warriors after him, and they chased him. And John Colter, running as fast as he did, he outran all but one. And when he realized, hey, there's only one guy chasing me now, he turned around and ambushed that guy and killed him with his own spear. He then proceeded to keep running about 8 kilometers to what I think was the Madison River, plunged in and hid underneath the beaver pond in the icy water in a bit of an air pocket until nightfall. When it was dark, he continued along the river, climbed up a sheer cliff face so as not to leave any tracks, and then, keep in mind this was I think October, so it wasn't nice and warm like today, he then walked 11 days straight, still with no shoes, still with no clothing, until he reached a fort where he was able to return to civilization, such as it was in 1808. Now, what does this have to do with The Naked Prey, starring Cornel Wilde, 1966? Well, that movie is based on the true story of John Colter, but because of various tax incentives and breaks that Cornel Wilde and the other producers were able to get by filming the whole thing in South Africa, they basically moved the whole movie, the whole story to Africa. So it's the same sort of thing. They get captured and he has to run for his life and there's guys chasing him, and it's a really good movie. So if you get down to your local DVD store and you can find a copy of The Naked Prey, 1966, Cornel Wilde, it's a good one. But it's all based on the very true story of an amazing man, John Colter, who was a member of the Lewis and Clark expedition of 1804. And that's the connection. You didn't really care? Well, I had time and I was paddling, what the heck. I gave it to you anyway.